The LA Chargers are doing a masterclass in this draft, and it's a masterclass because it's been patient, it's been methodical. You see a lot of movement in the draft. What the Chargers have traded, but they've just generally stayed to what they had coming into this draft as far as picks and made really good picks. If you're new to this channel, this is all about the LA Chargers, but we are Detroit Lions fans. We don't hide that at all. We're Detroit Lions fans, but we followed the Chargers because of Jim Harbaugh, Michigan connection, goes out there, and we're just excited to see what he's going to do. So you can kind of get an unbiased look into your team. I know I need like a bolt back there or something. I'll work on that. I need something Chargers related. But here we go. The Chargers just keep drafting gem after gem. I'll start in the third round. We'll get you up to currently where we're at. Third round, Junior Colson. I made a whole video on this because I love this guy. He's big. He is a big linebacker. He's number 25, what kind of screws you up, but he's a big, solid linebacker that is just really, really the mainstay of an incredible Michigan team over the last 3 years. So Jim Harbaugh takes him linebacker, just book it, right? So that was a great gem piece right there. Next one, in round 4, pick 105, you get the defensive lineman from Alabama. Now, he's 6'4", 300 pounds. Why do I love this so much? It's because you get defensive linemen from Alabama, it's usually going to work. It just I couldn't be a GM. There's a lot of things going on. I probably wouldn't make a good GM, but what if I was a GM and I didn't know anything? I would get big guys from Alabama, from SEC schools, and you'll see in here that's what Joe Ortiz does. And he's actually mentioned, like, he didn't say this, but paraphrasing, I'm not going to get somebody from Kent State. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to get somebody from even Louisville. I'm going to get the best players from big time schools, big time competition, coached by Nick Saban, the best. He does that here with a defensive lineman. You're just checking boxes and don't make it overcomplicated. Your first year in this rebuild for the Chargers, boom. Another one. You got your tackle, a wide receiver that gets open, a middle linebacker for the next 10 years, a defensive tackle. Let's keep going. All right. It's just crazy. Tariq Still, Maryland. Another guy that he's only 21 years old, 6 foot, 189 pounds. Here's what I like about this guy. He's kind of the word rangy, but it's like Maryland was really good. It's interesting that they would go with Maryland, and I wonder the Jim Harbaugh connection here, because the team that consistently gave Michigan problems over the last 3 years, in which they only lost 2 games, the only team that gave them consistent trouble in the Big Ten was Maryland. And again, it wasn't just this guy, but Maryland was good, and they were just, oh man, they were tough, physical, and they had a bunch of guys that were really good. And so again, another Big Ten guy that Jim Harbaugh knows well. Perfect little gem in the 5th round. Love getting a defensive back. You have to get defensive backs. And we've been talking about this. Why do you have to get defensive backs? Because more wide receivers are coming into the league than DBs. And so that disparity is growing. So if you don't pounce on a DB almost every draft, then you're going to lose out, and you're going to look up one day and you're just like not going to have any depth, and it's hard to find these guys. Get one in the 5th round. Love it. They do it again. Cam Hart, Notre Dame, captain, all the things that checks all the box. So he's 23 years old, 6'3", 220. Big guy. I love this. Even more secondary depth. He was teammates with Joe Alt. He did not allow a touchdown reception in 300 coverage snaps last year. He was a team captain. I said that in the 5th round. It's just like, well done. Just well done. And you're not surprised by this. Here's what it is going to be. If you're a fan of the LA Chargers, with Jim Harbaugh, Joe Ortiz, the offseason is going to feel a little boring. And then you're going to win in the fall. And you'll take that, obviously, all day, every day. but there's no trading up. There's no trading back. There's not all this drama packaging picks. You saw that in free agency, didn't do a whole lot. Pick one, pick number 5 overall, monster offensive lineman. Like those are the different things that they're doing that is just great. So we're through pick 5, round 5. More to come as the Chargers continue to grow this thing out, but I love the direction that they're headed. They keep finding gems early, late, checking every box, and just keep on moving forward. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. A lot more coming, a lot of undrafted free agents going to be picked up. This is the time to be paying attention to the Chargers, and we'll see all of you on the next one.